Hey there, in this video I want to share with you what we did to celebrate my baby's first anniversary in heaven and what would be his first birthday here on earth. So for those of you that are new here, my name is Sarah Adams. My son was stillborn at 26 weeks last year, and we just celebrated his birthday. And I wanted to do this video for two reasons. One is I was searching for ideas on how to celebrate his birthday, and so I know that there are going to be some other parents that come along this video, and I might give them some good ideas. And also, I just always like to show what it's like to live as a parent of loss. And I think there's some stigma around celebrating a birthday. It was even weird for Clark to think about celebrating his birthday. So for those of you that don't understand it, maybe you'll get a little glimpse of what it's like and have a better understanding. So I've been thinking about this week for a long time, honestly, probably since Davin passed away. When you lose your baby, or at least when I lost Davin, you don't have many things to hold on to. Personal effects, memories, pictures. So you create things to have them present in your life as you go, whether it's buying a piece of jewelry, like my necklace, which is in my bra. But I got this for Christmas, and it has his picture on one side, and then a picture of me holding his little hand on the other. And then this has his name written and his heartbeat drawn out. Or little things happen that remind you of your baby. So for me, it's blue butterflies. Ever since I heard that quote that inspired my tattoo, I think of him when I see butterflies, and especially when I see blue ones. And so for celebrating Davin's birthday, I wanted it to be something that was joyous. As much as Davin is always a bitter subject, it's always a sweet subject. So I wanted to actually celebrate him and it not just be a day to remind me that he's gone. I wanted it to be something that if he were here, I would shower him with love. But I also wanted it to be appropriate for my life and for my relationship with Clark, because he's not into a big outward production. Like if I would have thrown an actual birthday party with family here and Davin not here, that would have been really, really uncomfortable for Clark. And I respected that, and that's fine. That's not something that I wanted. And I know that some families do that. And if that works for them, then that's great. And again, if you can't relate and you're listening, you're probably like more on Clark's side. It just comes from this need and this want to give love to your baby, and they're not here to receive it. So it's weird for some people to understand that. So I've been thinking for a long time about like how I wanted to do this. Wanted to acknowledge it in some way, still be positive, but also keep it at a moderate level. So to start, he passed away on August 1st, 2018, and then he was stillborn via C-section the next day, which will be August 2nd. So for me, it was kind of like a 2-day thing. So the first thing is I've always had this vision of having Davin's bunny, which is a stuffed bunny that I have. It was actually gifted to us at his gender reveal party, which was actually the day that we found out he was so terminally sick. And my sister added weighted beads to it for me after he passed away. And I had a recording of his heartbeat that I put in there that I can squeeze the bunny and hear his heartbeat. And I also put a little bit of his ashes into this bunny as well. It's just this amazing little thing that I can hold and cuddle, and I often wrap it in the blanket that I held Davin in, and I just hold it while I'm on the couch. Back in the initial grieving stages, when it was a lot more cute, I slept with it, I traveled with it. And this little bunny just kind of represents Davin in certain aspects. It's great because I have it sitting on the couch, and a family member will come over and I'll see them just pick it up and hold it. And every once in a while, I'll include it in some photos. And so I always had this vision that I would have this little bunny with a birthday hat on with a cupcake in front of it. So that's what I did. It turned out perfectly. It was exactly what I wanted it to be. So I have a couple of sweet little photos with his bunny and a cupcake with the #1 candle on it. So that was the first thing. I was super excited about that. The second thing was that day, August 1st, was a little more sad for me, because it was the day that he died, whereas I found towards the end of that evening, I was actually getting excited for August 2nd, just being excited for his birthday. So August 1st, I just kept busy with things that would make me feel good. So I got my Teddy time with my nephew Teddy. We went to my friend's pool and we just had a really good time. I don't know when Davin passed away, but it was about 1 o'clock at home when I couldn't find a heartbeat. And then about 1:30 when we went into the doctor's and saw it on the sonogram. So I was kind of dreading that 1 o'clock hour, and I was at the pool with Teddy and totally forgot about it. So it was nice to just be distracted in that way. And then my sister BG came over, she did my lashes, and we went out and saw The Lion King. And by then it was evening time and Clark got home. I'm not about being distracted. I think it's important to feel so that you can deal with things. But in this case, it was just great to be around family and having a great time. So the next day came around and it was Davin's birthday. So I had my cupcakes. Another thing that I started for Davin's birthday is a family tradition where on the light post out front of our house, we have a garden flag, and I decorate it throughout the year with different holidays and seasons. And so I bought a happy birthday flag. So for each of our family members' birthdays, if we have a party or something here, I'll put it out for that, or just for me and Clark's, I'll put it out then. And the very first one was put out for Davin. So it's actually still out there right now. I'm actually thinking that I'm just gonna leave it up all month long, all of August. Davin's birthday is the beginning of August, mine's at the end. So it might end up just being like an August flag, just to keep it up to honor him that whole time. I also like that it was an outward expression. I mean, anybody driving by, any of our neighbors aren't really gonna know that it's out for Davin's birthday, but I just like that it's actually outside to the world. So that was kind of important to me. And then with Clark, we celebrated together. He just took me out on a really nice date. We go to Hershey. It's one of our favorite places to just have like an intimate date. We went out early, had appetizers, went to the next place, had dinner, and it was just really nice and intimate. And we talked about Davin and we talked about other things, and it just was just a great date night. Totally unexpectedly, I had 2 flower arrangements arrive. The one was on August 1st and the other one was on August 2nd. They were both so beautiful, both from girlfriends of mine, and it was just so touching. Totally unexpected. Girls, thank you so much. It was just so nice, and it just made me feel so special to see those arrive. And I also had some cards in the mail arrive as well from another dear friend, and that was very touching, very meaningful for me. So if there's anybody out there that is maybe a little bit more distant, you're not going to be involved in that actual day physically, if there's one thing that I could suggest for you on how to support somebody is send a card or a flower, send a birthday card, send a sympathy card, whatever you feel is appropriate. And flowers, those flowers were gorgeous. I'm sure that they were an investment. And while I'll enjoy them now, I have photos of them to last me forever. And I'll always remember that I got those for his birthday. A couple last things. I made sure to time editing and uploading my pregnancy progression video around this time. Again, since I got pregnant, I had been envisioning how this video would kind of play out, and obviously while it wasn't the ending that I wanted, I am really happy with how it turned out. So I wanted to make sure that I uploaded that on August 1st, so that's what I did. And then last but certainly not least, probably my most important part of all of this was, as I was thinking about things to do for Davin's birthday, I was thinking about a butterfly release, and I was like, that's a lot of money for just basically going into the air, literally. Although it's a sweet sentiment, maybe I'll do it another time. Balloon releases, but I didn't really like the idea of littering. It's gonna go somewhere and be litter. But on one of the Facebook pages, I saw someone suggest about giving back, donating something in his name, and I thought, a cuddle cot. I absolutely have to do this. I have to do a cuddle cot. And it's a big ambition of mine because it's a $3,000 medical device. I'll explain what it is in a second, but I thought this, if there's like something that's really gonna make an impact, this is what I wanna do. So I put together a GoFundMe and I started posting it on Davin's birthday for a cuddle cot. And I'm just gonna read what I wrote because honestly, it's just said so perfectly. If you've ever lost a loved one, what would you give to get a few more hours or days back with them? We got to hold our son, Davin, for 3 days in the hospital after his stillbirth. For some, this may sound creepy, but for a moment, imagine losing a baby. You'd want to soak up every minute you had with them, knowing it will soon end and you'll never get it back. Saying hello and goodbye within the same few days was a bitter but sweet experience for us. We got to hold Davin, kiss and cuddle him, change his swaddle, show him off to a few loved ones, and take 153 photos of and with him. We memorized the size of his tiny feet and fingers and oohed and awed over him like any other parent would. That is the gift of time. Time made possible by the Cuddle Cot. The Cuddle Cot is a device made specifically to cool a stillborn's bassinet, which slows down the effects of nature. This allows grieving parents to spend extra time with their newborn after they've passed away, in an effort to ease the mourning process and create those few memories that they can. Without the Cuddle Cot, we may have only been able to hold Davin for just a few short hours. Having that longer length of time with him was absolutely invaluable and the only thing we wanted in the world in those moments. It most certainly positively impacted our long-term ability to grieve. Without it, we have no idea how much harder the loss would be. The Cuddle Cot is immensely important, but not in many hospitals. You may be surprised how many families would face needing one though. According to the CDC in the US, about 24,000 stillborns occur every year. That's an average of 66 stillbirths each day. Also, 1 in 4 women experience a miscarriage, and some of those occur in a hospital and would also be able to benefit from the Cuddle Cot. This device we were blessed to have had access to was donated by another bereaved parent in honor of her son, Liam McGovern. In honor of Davin's first heavenly anniversary and what would be his first birthday here on Earth, we would like to donate a Cuddle Cot in his name to a local hospital that does not have this amazing device, and thus parents who currently have very little time with their baby before saying goodbye. Many dollars will never be spent on showering Davin with birthday and holiday gifts, back to school clothes, and family pictures. So if there's a good way to gift to Davin, why not pay it forward? Please consider joining us in this important mission to provide a Cuddle Cot for countless bereaved families. Seriously, every dollar counts, and we thank you in advance for your generosity. Your kindness and compassion over the past year has made this journey easier. To have the opportunity to keep saying Davin's name and creating a legacy for his history has been very healing. Thank you for being part of that. So obviously that's a sad thing about celebrating his birthday, is to relive some of those sad moments. But honestly, the first day, especially in the hospital with him, was my favorite day of my life. And I'm actually going to do a whole video about that. So when it's done, I'll link it either above or below. But anyways, I posted that for his birthday, and in the first 3 days, we got almost $1,000. It's kind of slowed down. It's a little bit of at a standstill right now, but I'm just going to continue sharing it kind of intermittently, hoping that we get to that $3,000 mark. So I never ask anything of my viewers here except to like and subscribe, but if this really touches your heart and you want to donate, I would love that. You are welcome to. I have the link in the description box below. So if you just click the little drop down box and you can see the full description, it's in there. Also, something exciting is I'm considering starting a nonprofit, and part of that will be where we can all pool our money together and donate Cuddle Cots in all of our babies' names. So again, check out the description box below as I put that together, or if you want to donate in your baby's name, you can do that through the GoFundMe link, and in the comment section, let me know your baby's name and I will acknowledge them on the Cuddle Cot as well. So overall, it was a very emotional but very happy event for me. Like I said, it felt like it was my birthday. I got to eat cupcakes, I went to the movies, I was with loved ones, Clark and I went on a date, I got flowers and cards in the mail, and of course we got tons of gifts, but gifts via donation to the Cuddle Cot. So for all of you that have donated so far, thank you again for doing so. And for everybody here, thank you for watching. Make sure you share it with anybody that you know that may have lost. They may enjoy some of the other content that I've been putting up here. I really enjoy connecting with other parents and family members that miss their baby. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it. It really supports my channel. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.